yesterday was tough to get qualified with the new format, and I think everybody expected it to be a big jumping today. It's always tough when you get 6 people in the jump off. I guess in an ideal world, it would be nice to have 3 people in the jump off and you're all going home with a medal. But it was a big track. He's an excellent course builder, and I think it had a little bit of everything today. It was fair. It was fair and big, but it caused a lot of trouble for a lot of people. And certainly my horse still had energy in the jump off, which I think is a good thing for the sport. The short version is there's nothing like him. He's starting from 9 years old. He was winning 5-star Grand Prix, and then again at 10 years old. Last year we had quite a long break. I was in America. I had a back operation early in the year, and then with COVID we decided to just stay there and not come back to Europe. He competed in 1 Grand Prix last year in New York, which he won. And then we started a little later this year in order to try to peak at this time. Never again in my lifetime will I ride a horse like Explosion. I've had some incredible horses and support from some amazing owners who still support me over the last years. But Charlotte, Rosetta and Pam Wright here at the back of the room have made this possible to keep him for me for this moment. And yeah, it's just a special bond we have. I really know everything about him. I know how he's feeling and what's happening underneath me. There was a moment there in the jump off to the Brown Oxer where I'm not sure he knew what I was thinking actually, but took me a bit by surprise. But he's just a phenomenal horse. He's more of an athlete than just a horse, and the speed that he can go to jumps is just on another level. Yeah, I think it's been tough for every athlete in every sport. In particular with the horses, it was hard to get some momentum. I spent the winter in Florida, but I didn't really compete in many of the big Grand Prix. 1 or 2 other horses, Explosion, didn't really start to compete until May here in Europe. The plan was always to build him up for this time. He is a horse that jumps better the more he jumps. That's a little bit why I was nervous this week of the new format, because he can be a bit surprised by special jumps or new fences with the lights here. But we had a good run in Valkenswaard and the Windsor Grand Prix just recently, and he's really hit form, hit his stride, and we come in here with a lot of confidence, but at the same time knowing that anything can happen this week. I think he just has so many gears, if you like. I honestly can't really explain it. It's warming up for the jump off. He felt a little bit quiet. He didn't have very long to recover. I mean, I don't think any of us had very long to recover, to be honest, but I think he thought he was finished after the first round. Actually, he was a little bit slow, and I just touch a few buttons on him and he kind of got a bit quick. My groom, Cormac Kenny, has been with me a long time. We don't mention them very often, but he's a big part of the team. He takes incredible care of Explosion. He said to me he looks a little slow, so that helped a lot. I did a few changes, and I think he just has a huge stride, very sort of flat canter when I open him out, and when he doesn't slow, I don't have to slow down to jump the jump. The jump kind of slows him down, if you like, and I've never ridden a horse that I can ride in the jump off like the jumps almost aren't there, and he responds even better to that pressure. So yeah, something you can't train a horse. He's just very, very intelligent.